you should never work with a coach that doesn't understand the value of coaching and mentorship.
The man, the myth, the legend himself. We are here in beautiful Colorado.
Good morning, YouTube, and welcome back to another travel vlog. It is nice and early. The current time is 4:20 in the morning, and we are headed to the airport. We are going to Las Vegas and Colorado. We're going to tell you guys what we're doing, why we're doing it. But before we do that, cue the travel montage, and we'll see you in sunny and extremely hot Las Vegas. Let's go.
Everything I do, pack a punch, back it up, stack it up to the sky, now rack it up. Planet of the brakes, won't sink, just swim. The master blaster, boombox on 10. Throwing Hail Mary, some I ain't trying to pass it. It's still very on to the casket drops. I accelerate to the pedal brakes. When we celebrate, I make you levitate. First in, last to leave, always. Reign supreme, victory on stage.
All right, guys, we just landed in Vegas, and it's 40 degrees out. That's in Celsius. I don't think I've ever felt 40, and I'm wearing like a full-blown thermal with long pants, and your boy's a sweater to begin with, so I'm feeling it big time, but it's really cool. This is the interesting thing about like the web that we've cast Everyday Heroes. I'm actually being picked up by one of my clients who's kind of become a friend, and then we're gonna hit a session in the gym. I'm gonna tell you guys exactly why I'm in Las Vegas to begin with, and then secondary to that, the reason we're going to Colorado is one of my clients is hosting a fundraising run, which I'm gonna share his story too. It's absolutely incredible, super inspirational. It's a testament to the people that first responders are of just wanting to make light of a bad situation and make things better. So I can't wait to share that with you guys. And I'm actually meeting a ton of my clients located in Colorado. So not only am I going to get a lot out of this trip, but we're gonna make some really awesome in-person connections, which simply can't be touched. Like, meeting people in the flesh versus virtual is night and day, so I'm really stoked for that, and I can't wait to share that with you guys. I am already sweating, so I'm gonna stop talking, and we will see you guys probably at the gym when I get picked up by my buddy Greg here. We're gonna smash a session. We've done a ton of virtual training. I've guided him from a distance, but we're gonna hit a lift IRL. For the record too, the Las Vegas airport is really confusing. You take like a tram to go to a different terminal, and then to go up escalators and across a bridge to get picked up. I've been to a lot of different airports. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but this one stumps me for sure. I just see him, and I gotta say, my buddy Greg is a real one. He may or may not have taken the day off work today. I don't know. I'm just gonna assume that he was already off. He's one of the nicest guys you're ever gonna meet in the world, and he insisted on picking me up from the airport, so I'm a lucky guy. These are the type of connections that I'm so blessed to make. There he is, the man himself. Where is he? Where is he? There's my boy Greg. Greg, how are you, bro?
Good, how are you, bro?
Thanks, man. All right, just got to the hotel. First order of business when I go anywhere, I have this like 10-100 rule that is just kind of this unwritten rule that I've created for myself, is I usually run 10 kilometers and do 100 push-ups when I get to a new location, mainly because after I get off a plane, I'm antsy and I want to train. But we're doing something a little bit different. So you just saw my buddy Greg. I'm gonna go train with him. I think we're gonna do a little bit of a run, and then we're gonna train in the gym. I'm just hitting a little bit of these travel packs from TL, our Wicked. I'll drop my link below. So I got some bulk pre-workout. I got a protein bar for some quick carbs. Gonna down this. Probably not gonna bring my camera for the gym portion. I haven't worked out in a public gym in a very, very long time. The only time that I do is when I travel, and I just don't feel comfortable filming other people without their consent. So we might catch you guys after that, but we're gonna shake off all these cobwebs, and we'll see how my buddy Greg here makes out. So gonna down this stuff, get ready to train, and then I will see you guys after and tell you why the heck that I'm in Vegas in particular. And it's one of the things that I think you should never ever work with a coach that doesn't understand the importance of the thing that I'm gonna tell you when I get back, and it's why I'm here today. So we'll see you guys in the flip after a good training session. Just getting a little bit of work done because there's no rest for the wicked, but that was an amazing workout. We finished with 100 calories on the assault bike for time. I'll throw some footage up here for you guys. I was pretty surprised. I was like, I don't know, maybe I can go sub 4. I went like 201, I think. 204 according to my watch, but the video says 201, as you guys will see. But it was a hell of a workout. I think my average heart rate was like 172. But anyways, why am I here? That's one of the things that I've been alluding to, is like, this is the second time that I've been to Las Vegas in 2 months, and I haven't touched a slot machine, a sip of alcohol, or a buffet. And the reason that I'm here is because I'm here to learn. One thing that I always say, and I will literally die on this hill, is you should never work with a coach that doesn't understand the value of coaching and mentorship. In life, we have to be congruent. If I expect someone to invest in themselves and rely on me and my team in order to make a change and deliver on that promise, I have to be willing to do the same thing. And that's why I'm here. I don't know if you guys know who this guy is, this big bearded guy. His name's Alex Hormozi. He's kind of like an entrepreneurial whiz. He's like the 20 to 35-year-old, like, poster boy for entrepreneurship. I've been consuming his content for a very, very long time, and I'm back here. I hopped on a plane, flew here, accommodations, travel, paid for that. Not to mention, if I told you guys what I've invested in mentorship, it would make your head spin. But the thing that I've realized is that every single time that I've done that, it pays back dividends like crazy. Like, the return on investment is absolutely nuts. And that's why I'm so convicted and encouraging people to rely on coaching and join us, is because, like, I know what is on the other side of that, and I believe in it, and I practice what I preach in that sense. That's why we are here. I'm the kind of person, when I do something, I do it 100%. And my desire with Everyday Heroes isn't some like lofty revenue target. It's just to help more people. And I understand that the only way that I can do that is to continue to grow. And as we grow, I want to make sure that we're doing it graciously and making sure that we're fulfilling and over-delivering for the clients. The reason that I'm meeting people that I train is because I genuinely love this and I love having an impact. That is why we are here. And then, like I said, we are going to be flying to Colorado. I'm literally here to do this. Like, there is no fun and games. We're here all business. So I'm going there for a full day tomorrow to work with Alex and his team. I've been working with them for the last couple weeks, providing information so they can give me a tactical roadmap of like what are the next steps to continue to grow Everyday Heroes and work with more people. And then I'm leaving and I'm flying to Colorado. I'm going to be meeting up with my buddy Eric Hinman. He's a content creator online. Really great dude, down to earth, insanely fit. Just won High Rocks World Championships in his age group. The guy's insane. Cycling fitness, all fitness, but like cycling fitness, absurd strength for size ratio, insane. Also meeting with my buddy Tyler out in Boulder. He's a really great guy. I also put his link in the description below if you want to check him out. He's really into like pain management, corrective exercise, pain science. He just wrote a book, so I'm really excited to connect with him. We're gonna hit a trail run. I'm like, bro, I don't got mountains where I come from, so I want to hit a trail run. And last but not least, we're gonna be going to a charity run on Sunday for an event that one of my clients, Zach Golditch, runs, and we're gonna be telling you guys all about what that is. But it's all based around the mass shooting that happened in Aurora, Colorado in 2012 that he was actually injured in. One of the most amazing things about humans is our level of resilience and our ability to do good in light of evil. And that's exactly what Zach's done. So when he asked me if I wanted to participate in some way, if Everyday Heroes wanted to participate in some way, it was a no-brainer. So we are one of the title sponsors, which I'm absolutely buzzing about. So going to meet up with him, tell a little bit more about that story, meet up with a bunch of my clients. I think 3 of my clients from the Colorado area are going to join us for that run. So again, it's going to be amazing. And, this stuff is crazy fulfilling. Like, it's one thing to provide programming and, hang out with people virtually, but being able to actually connect and sweat together, do the fist bumps, all that fun stuff. It's going to be amazing. So we got a whole bunch of exciting stuff. I'm going to be staying in Denver, traveling around, checking things out. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm traveling solo. The wife's not with me today. We're going to have some fun. We're going to meet some people, hopefully have some great experiences and just roll with it. So I'm going to get stuck into a little bit more work. I'm going to be meeting my buddy Greg for dinner tonight to kind of wrap up and cap off this day, because tomorrow, like I said, is all business. And then I fly out first thing Thursday morning to go to Colorado. So excited to kind of show you guys what the rest of the week holds. I'm not sure if I'll get much footage from tomorrow, but I'll definitely provide some insights, some takeaways from that day. And drop in the comments below too, you guys, of like fitness, mindset, mental health, all stuff that is crazy important to me. But a big part of my life is like I've built this business. Like Everyday Heroes is a legitimate big business. We have a lot of people, a lot of coaches, a lot of individuals that are part of my team and work with me. So if you guys are interested in like the content creation business side of things, we can also enlighten you guys on that. I just don't really talk about it that much because I'm thinking in my head, like, Mitch, like, stay in your lane, bro. Like, just do the fitness. I want to see kettlebell workouts. No one cares about your business. But if you guys care about my business, let me know. Or if you don't, tell me to shut up. But anyways, we got some work to do, and I'll catch you guys soon. Well, team, I am absolutely crushed. It is currently 8:15 local time, which with the time change makes it 8, 9, 10, 11:15, which is far past my bedtime. And I was up at around 4 o'clock this morning to catch my flight. So we're going to get up. We're going to get to bed because tomorrow, it's just like a day like any other. We're going to hit a run. First thing, it's supposed to be like 38 degrees. So we'll see how that goes. But we'll catch you guys in the AM for a little bit of pre-workshop training, some miles. Magic of editing. We'll see you in the morning in 3, 2, and good
morning.
You guys, it is currently 4:54 and it is already 30 degrees out. So we're gonna knock this run out and pound the pavement to get this day started. So let's do it.
I'm gonna make a real bold statement, and maybe it's because the sun's not up, but the heat isn't that bad. Honestly, like back outside of Toronto where I'm from, like if it gets to 32 with that 100% humidity, I think it's way worse. And again, it's maybe because the sun's not up yet, but we're doing all right. It's a beautiful morning, just like always. I have no idea where the hell I am. Hopefully it's a safe spot, but there's no better way to start the day, you guys. Sun is rising. I'm not sure if you can see the mountains behind me, but just the quiet, the solitude. There's no better way to get your body and mind primed for the day.
All right, you guys, this is how a dude that lives in gym shorts, running shoes, and no shirt dresses to look like a professional and someone that actually runs a business. My wife dresses me, let's be honest. But I always think of that Billy Madison clip where he's talking about going back to school.
Back to school, to prove to Dad that I'm not a fool.
So I won't share much of the rest of the day here because I imagine in this space there's gonna be no recording allowed. But I'll probably meet up with you guys tonight after 8 hours of learning. They have a little bit of a dinner afterwards, and then we're gonna be early to bed because we have a flight to catch in Colorado, to go to Colorado, I think at like 5 a.m. tomorrow. So it's gonna be early in the morning, early to bed. Let's go. Alrighty, using my nose to wake up my Garmin. The time now is 10:03 and I'm absolutely smoked, you guys. I was up at like 3:45 because time zones and all sorts of crazy stuff, and then just a full day of a lot of information for the brain, but a lot of tactical steps when it comes to things you got to do to continue to grow this great coaching platform that we have here at Everyday Heroes. So I'm going to bed because I have to be up at like 3:30 because I got a flight that leaves at 5:30 to go to Colorado. So I'll probably see you guys on the plane, grab some shut-eye, and then new state, gonna do some training, trail runs, meet up with some friends. We did the work portion of this trip, and now it's time to move our bodies and have a little fun. So we'll see you there. Good morning. We are in Colorado. Didn't really film much yesterday, guys. I woke up at like 3:45 to catch my flight. Had a quick workout at the hotel gym. Fell asleep. Did some more work. It was pretty anticlimactic. This morning we're heading to my buddy Eric Hinman's place. Eric is a really dope guy, a creator, just an all-around great dude. And he's insanely fit. The guy's like 45 or 46. He just won the High Rocks World Championships for his age group, and he's just an absolute beast. So we're gonna hit an 8-mile run this morning at Muscle Mansion in Colorado here, and I think we're gonna be back at Eric's later today for a little sauna cold plunge. He's the community man. Eric is like the king connector. When I met him, it's just like every time you meet Eric, he's like introducing you to someone, creating some three-way chat. Community is such a big part of what he does and what he stands for, and he's just, like I said, just an all-around great dude. So we're gonna hop in the car, grab our riding shoes, and hit a morning run. So we're just about to get to Eric's place, but this is the true nature of running a business, you guys. Sometimes you got to take a morning meeting in your RAV4 that you rented in a Walgreens parking lot. Adapt and overcome. That's what they say, isn't it?
All right, you guys, here it is. The man, the myth, the legend himself, Eric Hinman, is due training for sub-8 at the Leadville mountain bike race. Yeah. And just won his age group in the High Rocks World Championships.
It's an old man.
So I'll drop Eric's YouTube channel below, but awesome connecting with this guy. I'm actually going to be maybe living a little bit closer to Eric in the winter here, so I'm sure this won't be
winters in Texas, baby.
Many training sessions to come for sure.
Yeah, love having you here, man.
Absolutely beautiful here in Colorado. We got Mason, we got Pete. The boys are getting after it today. It's absolutely gorgeous. All right, guys, we are here in beautiful Colorado at Muscle Mountain here with my buddy Eric, his buddy Mason, and Pete. We just hit a 13-kilometer, 8-mile run. I think we're about 400 meters above sea level. Holy smokes, did we ever feel it? But I'll throw the run stats on data there. Heart rate data was definitely higher than usual. Great start to the day. Sun is shining, and again, man, it is absolutely breathtaking here. I'm here with Eric Hinman. I'm going to throw his YouTube and Instagram, all his socials down below. Check him out right now. He's actually shooting a day in the life that we were lucky to be a part of. But I was just telling him, we got a ton of clients in our community, and a ton of you that are probably watching that are in the fire service or trying to get back into fitness that are aged like 30 to 45. I think there's this narrative that's pushed about like when you get older, you know, it's just a steady decline. And this guy's living, breathing proof every time, whether it's a bike ride in Austin or a run in Colorado. It takes every ounce of my 30-year-old being just to hang on to this guy. And Eric, for some of those people out there that might be thinking like, man, it's just about like holding on to fitness or preventing the decline, I think you're living, breathing proof of not only can you maintain fitness, but continue to build, you know, performing at a high level, you know, internationally in different, you know, sporting competitions. What would your advice be to those people that feel like it's just about holding on?
I think it's about being consistent with it. I think over time we accumulate these glass balls that we can't drop, and fitness becomes one of those balls that many people drop. So I don't know, I've just always kept it in the routine, and there's no motivation for me around it. It's just the discipline of doing it day in and day out. And I love it. Like, I think that's one of the keys is you have to pick the things that you enjoy. And once you hit that progress curve of finding progress in something, that's when it becomes really fun. You know, it's one of the reasons why I loved CrossFit so much is there's a skill-based component to it. So you can keep getting fitter with CrossFit, but eventually you may not get more fitter with CrossFit, but if you get better at the skill, you can still progress. So I love mountain biking so much. And I mean, I'm still getting physically fitter with endurance stuff. And that's one of the cool things with age is, you know, up until I think like mid 50s, you can keep getting fitter with fitness, specifically cycling. You know, power sports, sure, eventually there is going to be a bit of a decline, but I'm putting out my highest wattage ever right now on the bike. You know, my run paces are getting back to where they used to be in my early 30s. I'm about to turn 46. I'm still PRing my high rocks times. So yeah, man, use it or lose it, and just make it part of your daily routine and have a quest. I think all men need a quest. You know, I love racing in high rocks. I'm signed up for a half Ironman later this year, a full Ironman. I do bike races. Like, have a quest when it comes to fitness, and then you have something to work towards, and then you can backtrack your way into overcoming that.
For sure. And one thing that I heard this from Chris Williamson, is he says, give a man a goal and he will crawl through broken glass with a smile. So if you're lacking motivation, find that thing that you're working towards. And like Eric said, a lot of people, the reason that you can't show up to the gym, the reason that you're not staying consistent with your fitness is not because your plan's wrong or because you don't know the skill. It's because you're not internally motivated. What Eric's alluding to is when you fall in love with the craft, you become internally motivated, and then you don't need to be motivated with external things. 100%. You just become consistent because you fall in love with the game, and that's what it's really about. And I always tell people too, you can't hate your way into making change in fitness. Like, a lot of people do the 75 hard, they do these crash diets, they lose all these weight, this weight, they look great, and then the wheels fall off. And that's because you forced yourself and you hated your way to change. You need to make that internal shift, and when that identity shift happens, the rest is easy.
Well said, man. Well said.
You guys don't need to take my word for it. Fellow Transparent Labs partner here. Eric, well, come on, camera. Figure it out here.
Cinnamon French toast.
There we go.
This flavor.
It's the good stuff. Good. It's the good stuff right there.
Stuff.
What a day. 8.5 mile, 13K run. And then a really cool session with a strength coach just in Golden. He called it like microdosing strength. I thought we were doing testing. I'll throw some footage up here, you guys. This was like a mid-thigh pull. It was basically 3 sets of like 5 seconds all out effort. We followed that up with some box squats, 3 reps with the Kaiser. So basically this thing that attaches to the bar, just focusing on really popping out of the hole, into some like plyometric stuff, and then finish with like some wall balls. Like, such a different workout, but the idea is it's more like CNS stimulation than actually like muscle fatigue and muscle breakdown. So for a lot of the athletes this coach worked with, it really allows them to get the strength adaptation to do their sport at a high level, but not break their bodies down so they can ultimately perform. So I learned a lot. We're just going to go run back to the hotel. We're going to grab a bunch of steaks, come back here at Eric's. We'll show you guys the beautiful view and make some food and break bread after a really great an awesome training day. Looks like the boys got a job. We're wrapping up the day. Had some steak, eating some delicious whole milk vanilla bean Greek yogurt, drinking some water, and going to bed at 9 o'clock because that was a day. So tomorrow we got more activity. My body's cranked. Training at altitude is a totally different story. We're gonna go to bed early. I'm meeting a buddy of mine, Tyler, in Boulder for a trail run, which is probably gonna be in like the 8 to 10 mile range. So that'll be difficult as well. So another action-packed day. And then Sunday, my client, Zach Golditch, is hosting a charity run, which I'm losing track of days, but I'm sure I've told you guys about. If not, we'll give you a quick summary of what it's all about and how amazing it is. I can't wait to see everyone there. Going to see a couple of my clients there. We also got, as one of the title sponsors, we got all the t-shirts made, so I'm really stoked to see how those turned out. But this is the name of the game when you just become like a 30-year-old that just like loves fitness. It's not about like going out and finding the bars in town. It's about community, good workout, a little bit of Greek yogurt before bed. We'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, you guys, naturally, because I'm a meathead, I was sitting down to have coffee this morning being like, oh man, I'm so excited for that charity run tomorrow. And it was today. So we got in our car at 8 o'clock. The run started at 8 o'clock. We drove here, got here by 8:20, and then just ripped a 21-ish minute 5K. Feels good on really tired legs and altitude. I'll put my time up there, but we made it. We made it happen. What an awesome event. Really good turnout. And a bunch of my clients are here, which is really cool. So I'll get to meet them. That was an incredible experience. We were 20 minutes late, but we still managed to win our age group somehow. So I am in here. I grabbed a whole bunch of baked goods and hand pies and muffins from the event. And we're driving just outside of Boulder for a 10-mile trail run. It is currently 100 degrees Fahrenheit here. It's a hot day. The sun is intense. But I was going to meet up with a buddy, and I don't want to let him down. So a lot of miles on the legs this last couple days, but we're all for it. And one thing I was thinking of, I'll kind of put maybe a link in the description about like what the 720 Foundation is all about and why we're here. You know, when people are talking about stuff that is a little bit more personal, you don't want to shove a camera in their face. I don't think that's right. But it's just a beautiful thing. And today was another example of just the resilience and courage of people in light of tragedy. So man, it's been really cool, and I want to thank each and every one of you, because not only has this platform given my life an immense sense of purpose, but it's also allowed me to give back in a really big way. You know, we were one of the main sponsors. You can't see it on my back, but there's a big EH. I'll throw a photo up here showing what the t-shirts are like, and yeah, man, it's just really, really cool. I never thought I'd be here, but the fact that I am, I'm incredibly grateful for. So we're gonna hop in, carb up, and hopefully not get absolutely cooked. On this episode of what not to do when you meet someone for the first time is just come completely unprepared. I'm like, hey dude, can you bring me water? I don't have like a flask or any bottles, so I've kind of talked to Tyler before through the jigs and the reels of social media, but definitely not setting the greatest first impression. So I just bought like 3 feet of Rice Krispie treats at the gas station. We're gonna chug back this Gatorade. Like I said, it's 100 degrees here today, so and at altitude. So this is either gonna go very good or really, really bad. We will probably see you guys back at the car. I'll try to grab some footage on the iPhone. But here goes nothing. All right, you guys, this is the last session here in Colorado, and definitely was absolutely humbled with the elevation and the elevation change. Never really trained at altitude, but the thing about having fit friends is I think this is one of the biggest weekends of training and running mileage that I've done in a very long time.
444.
It felt good. Now it's time to get home and back to the missus. I'll see you guys back at Eric's place for a recap and close this baby out. All right, you guys, so we're wrapping things up here with a little bit of contrast at Muscle Mountain. I just want to thank Eric again for being the greatest host, whether it's Austin or in Colorado. Every time I'm around this guy, he always opens his doors. I get to meet some really great people, and it's absolutely wicked. But that is the vlog, you guys. That is my life outside of firefighting. Learning, growing, business, mentorship, fitness, all the things that I've grown to love and appreciate, and the things that really give my life meaning and purpose and really put that fire in my belly. So that's pretty much it, you guys. I couldn't think of a more beautiful and fitting way to end this vlog, and you know the drill by now. As always, train hard, stay safe, own your oath. Peace.